Rude.
5,
Rude.
4,
Yeah.
pray.
Too late for that. I don't know what you're saying. We are Journals Out Loud. This is the Journals Network. I'm Louise Palanker. What we do is we talk about teen stuff. We've got an app in the iTunes App Store. You can download it. It's a free download. It's called Journals, Advice and Social Network, something like that. I haven't really memorized the title, but I'm working on that. We've got a panel of teens to answer your teen questions and discuss important teen issues. We've got Brady, Victoria, Josh, and Kenneth. Now, we grew out of a little book that I wrote called Journals, published it in the App Store when the App Store was a new thing. At the end of that, I started fielding questions from teens about growing up, and that grew into what you see before you. See how good stuff can happen with great people and great energy. Thank you guys for being a part of it. And if you have any questions, you can give us a call at 888-531-7171. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to the video and let us know what issues you would like to see us discuss. We can turn our YouTube page into a conversation. You post a question, we'll answer it next week because we love you. And in the studio tonight, I don't know if there's a camera that can pan and look at this gloriousness that's before me, but is a lot of last season's panel. We've got Montana, Ryan,Cio, Andre, Rhodey, Jake, Maddie, Olivia. Everyone's here because it's Christmas. All right, we're going to jump into questions. Cheerleader writes, what do I do if a family member bought me a gift I do not like?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm thinking move out.
Yes. That's about all you can do at this point.
It's devastating.
Pretty much, yeah.
Really devastating.
There's this thing that, like, when you're really little, you think you're supposed to get exactly what you want because you made lists, you sent them out to Santa, it's all covered, you've been good. Cause and effect, right? I asked for this, I should get this. But when you're, like, around 12 or something, you start getting, like, socks from certain people. I'm not going to name any names, Grandma. But the thing is, like, you need socks eventually, and this moment will come and go. And so put a happy look on your face and do the right thing. Not everything is about you, Brady.
I think that this person needs to be, like, more open with their family members about what they want for their, holidays, like their birthday and Christmas and stuff. And I think that maybe this person is a little bit too boring, because if the family member is getting them socks, that means that, like, they're not really out and proud about their hobbies. Like if somebody's a horse girl, like if I have somebody in my family that's a horse girl, I'm going to be buying her horse stuff.
Socks.
Yeah, horse socks or a folder or something for Christmas, because I know she likes horses. Victoria, what's your thoughts?
Well, first, your name is cheerleader, so be the cheerleader.
Yes.
Judge on.
It really doesn't matter what you get, to be honest. Like, I mean, it's the thought that counts.
Right,
like,
it's
they
about the
actually
love.
thought of you. They're like, oh, let's get
That's
this
a very
this person.
mature way of thinking.
Well, it is
you.
Victoria. Kenneth?
Well, one year, my aunt just got me soap. Like, body wash, hair. Like, I don't know if I was stinky or something at that age, but, like, all she bought me was soap. And it was, like... But, I mean, sometimes you just gotta, like, when you get older and you get gifts that you don't really, like, it's like, oh, I wanted this so badly. But, I mean, they got you a gift, and just smile about it, be like, thank you so much. And if you're not going to use it ever again, keep that to yourself, but just make it look to other people that you just, like, really enjoyed it, and then use it whenever you can.
Also, can I say one important word? Regifting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's key.
Yeah.
Theo?
Regifting is awesome.
Yeah.
But so this year I got this beanie that was like, it's like yellow and brown, and it's really ugly. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. Thanks, Mom, love you. But then she came in my room and she saw it in the pile of stuff I wasn't taking back to college.
Ooh,
Or
snap.
not college, to life.
Right.
And she was like, you should have just told me. So what I would do is, like, I'd be like, oh my God, appreciate the gift, but TBH, not my style.
Yeah.
But it have to be like a close family member, because you
Yeah.
can't say that to Aunt Donna because she's so sensitive.
And
You
Donna,
just go-
to be real with you, not like that
you
gift.
just smile and go thank you, and then you make a mental note that, oh, let me see who in my life might want this. Ryan?
Yeah, definitely. And some family members are going to offer you the gift receipt if you don't like it. And if they do that, that's definitely the opportunity. It can be kind of nerve-wracking to go up to someone and be like, actually, yeah, could I have the gift receipt? This isn't perfect. But it's better. Like, people would rather see you get a gift with the gift receipt that you want than mess up giving something to you and then you're just stuck with it and they spent money on it. And also, like, this year, I got stuff I didn't love. But I honestly don't even know what I really would have wanted. I think as you get older, there stops being as many things that really like wow you and you're like, this is exactly what I wanted. It's just kind of like nice gestures and things that are useful in life. And it's not going to be perfect every year.
Yeah, I mean, gifting is like, it's tricky at best. And so really, if you think of gifting as about the experience and not about the exact present that you get, because as you go through life, you're going to be able to buy yourself the things that you really do want. And the gifting part of it is really just about the joy and the love that goes with an exchange of items. Brady?
I think that there's a principle, and yes, it is about the gifting. But like if you buy other people like nice gifts or like gifts that they like I think that comes back to you because people are always gonna like know you as the good gifter. That's already a plus that you're known as the gifter.
You can put it on business cards.
Yes, exactly. It's like a credential. But like if you buy them like a really nice gift, they're going to be like, maybe I should put a little bit more thought into what I get them. Because they don't want to feel like, just a lame person sitting there on Christmas Day.
And can I say buy or make? Because homemade
That's
gifts
true.
are,
Yes.
like, super awesome.
Kenneth, what do you...
Well, well, first of all, about the making, you have to either be really close to the person, because if it's something that, like, oh, here, I made you a macaroni necklace.
Well, if you're not close to them, I don't think you have to bother with getting them a nice gift.
No, because getting a gift either ways. But
But if you're good at crafts, then you can make things.
Yes.
That's
if
true.
you are good at baking, then
Kenneth's just not good at crafts.
But the thing about...
That's your major weakness in life.
Talk about that, okay?
And that's it. Other than that, he's great.
He's very sensitive about it. I'm sorry for bringing up your craft deficiency.
The thing about gifts, though, is that people get gifts in every household a different way. Like, I had a friend who their parents never got them something that they really wanted, but always stuff that they thought was cute in general. In different with my family is that if I said something that I really, really wanted, they would have gotten it for me for like my Christmas or for my birthday.
That's how you pronounce
my Christmas and my birthday.
That's how Jesus has to say it.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. Well,
They're
he
both
knows
his.
his. Yeah.
It's his Christmas and
It's
his
his
birthday.
Christmas. Yeah.
Right? We're going to move on to the next question. Anonymous writes, all three of my exes haven't moved on. I have made it clear we are broken up. I have been as nice as I can. I have even not talked to them for months, and they always come back and tell me that they can't move on. I am currently in a relationship, and they know that. I keep telling them they will find someone else, but they keep saying they don't want anyone else. What do I do? Boy, Montana, you hopped into that chair like...
Me and Ryan already had this worked out.
Oh, all right. I thought that you were like, this is mine. I got this.
It is also mine because
I guess the first thing that pops into my mind is that are you... Because I know she feels like she's giving off the signals that just say you and I are over. But in a way, are you kind of addicted to the attention that you get knowing that those three guys love you? You're nodding your head, Victoria.
Yeah, because
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, first of all, like I don't know they're like texting her. If they are, block their numbers.
Right.
Like I wouldn't keep my ex's number.
You're saying try harder.
Yeah.
And when you're done talking, just stop talking. Like you,
Yeah,
I told
like,
you we're over.
If she said I'm done talking to you, unless they go to school or something, then you have no control over that. But like if it's your phone, social media, you can always block them and get rid of them completely.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it sounds tough, but if they're not getting the message, then you make the message louder. And silence is really loud.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I would have to disagree with you on that, Victoria.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
I mean, you date someone for a reason. You dated them because you guys were friends and because you like that person. And if you break up with them, I mean, of course, I mean, it's like unfair that you just have to like stop talking to them. But I mean, it doesn't always have to end badly. But it sounds like this person seriously wants to like stop talking to them, and there are ways to do that. And I mean, if you stop talking to them, just keep it that way. You don't have to like talk to them again, because they're not going to move on and it's not going to bring you anything positive, as it sounds like. And Montana.
Hi guys, I'm back. So ever since I've been home, actually every few months, but mostly ever since I've been home from college, I've been in this situation because my ex every few months feels the need to call or text or email me like, hey, what's up? Hey, here's my mixtape. Hey, hey, what's up? I still love you.
Card.
Hey, relax my
That's
hair.
hardcore.
Mostly, okay, but the mixtape thing, he keeps doing the mixtape thing, but I don't know what that is.
Is it not fire?
It's no, but the first one that he sent me, he said it's fire and then sent it to me.
Oh.
And I was like, no. Anyway, the reason I understand, and I think one of the best things to do is to block his number completely. Why it was so hard for me is because, I don't know, we were really close and he had a lot of problems, so I always kept his number just to be like, in case there was something that went wrong with him and he didn't have anybody to contact. I was like, I always like, I'll pick up if you really, really need it.
So what do we do about feeling responsible for other people's feelings?
Well, that's the thing. The last message he sent me was so absolutely ridiculous. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was really like, at the beginning, it was like, oh, I still love you. And then inside of one sentence, it turns and it's like, I hate you. You're the worst person I ever, blah, blah, blah. I hope you get kidnapped by ISIS. He actually said that to me. But it was really funny.
Wow, ISIS? Wow.
Yeah, they have that in Spain. But
She's been in Spain.
I've been in Spain.
That wasn't as random as it
That's the thing
sounded.
in Spain. They have ISIS.
Oh no, we have.
I didn't even know that they had ISIS in Spain.
No, they do, but like
What flavor?
It's like nice block, turn a corner, ISIS. So
Yeah.
you have to.
actually no, there were some people on my street that got arrested for soliciting ISIS, but it wasn't like serious. They were ISIS guys, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to join ISIS?
That's a
Hey, do
big
you want to join
problem.
ISIS?"
What?
Yeah, but they weren't crazy. They weren't doing anything
Wow,
bad. They
we
were just
thought
standing
Moonies
there.
were scary.
Do they have no loitering signs in Spain?
No, because it's this one.
Because
big
that'll
street.
get rid of the
It's
ISIS
this one big
people.
street where everybody offers you stuff like, "Hey, you want to go to this club? Hey, do you want to go to this restaurant? ISIS."
Wow.
But they weren't being violent
What?
about it. They were just kind of chilling and like ISIS guys.
Well, that's
But-
Spanish ISIS for you.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. They don't do it.
They're the better
Hopefully, knock
ISIS.
on wood.
Jeez.
It comes with paella.
Oh my God. this segment.
I don't know where this segment
What
is
a
from.
what a brave
Wait,
segment for the
so-
show.
Oh my God.
What a brave. We are truly brave people here today.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
about ISIS.
What a brave group of
But
souls.
That
to
was the
bring it
last
back,
show.
But that's what her boyfriend was being like saying.
Yes,
I
I
hope
agree.
that something scary happens to you. And
Yeah,
so
that's bad.
And so
That's
what was
really
your
bad.
then? Let me hear what you did as a
And-
result of him saying that, because I call
and
that kind of like the ex-boyfriend, and CEO's heard me say this before, like that plays every note on the piano to see which one
He
you'll
does that
respond to.
though. Like
Yeah,
he's ever since in our relationship, he always did that and whatever. And since we've been broken up, he's done that because he's such a loser. But
Roasted.
But at the beginning of that, I wanted to like post it on Facebook and be like, haha, this is ridiculous, and now everybody will know how ridiculous you are. But I don't want to feed the flame, like and also it kind of like I realize the more attention I give to him, the more attention it sucks out of me, because
Right.
I have real things to do with my life, and he's just an ex door-to-door knife salesman. So
I don't know if this is the guy who should be selling
Oh
knives.
my God.
okay, let's just talk about this for a second.
What a
Oh,
mean
sorry.
streak you have.
We can't. Kenneth,
Trish
one
is
more
telling
point,
me
and
to
then we
wrap
have
this
to
up.
move on.
Okay.
But
You
yeah.
what I was saying is just like ignore them. That's all you have to do, because anytime that you talk to them, it gives them hope that you still might be there and still like them, or
Yeah.
something might be okay. Just block it.
Yeah, they're just trying to
Shut
get
it down.
any kind of engagement with you,
Mhm.
and even
And
you saying I don't want to
waste
talk
your
to you
time,
is some
'cause
of
you
your
have more
attention.
things to do.
Kenneth.
So I had a friend who they were really like definitive about what they felt about their ex, because their ex kept wanting to like get back together and stuff, and they told me something that really stuck with me, which was that like that's not their like as much as they feel sorry for them because they had problems and depression, as much as they feel sorry for them, that's not their problem, and they need to move on with their life. And even though that sounds really harsh, when it gets to a point where stuff like that happens, you have to learn that like you have your own life to live, and as much as that sucks to be going through that, they should not be putting that on you. And
Of course.
So
Of
that's
course.
just what my opinion is.
That's your opinion, and I think it's a good one. Brady?
I just want to call attention to the fact that this person has 3 exes that are wanting to get back with this person. What is
Yeah.
going on there?
This is Harry Styles.
yeah, that's like
Taylor
Beyonce
Swift.
who's writing in. Beyonce is like, I got 3 exes.
Yeah,
you
she
can't-"
writes in.
Yeah, she just writes into journals.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's like, hi guys, like, I'm like, 3 exes.
That's exactly how she talks.
She sounds exactly like Kenneth. That's exactly.
Surfboard.
All right. Ooh. Joshua, would you please read Lockster Blade's question? And we love Lockster Blade. He's such a good journaler. Go ahead and read his question.
My girlfriend's cousin died in a wreck. I want to comfort her, but don't want to say the wrong thing. She called me and she was really upset. I don't know how to help her cope with this. Should I just leave her alone and let her be?
I mean, don't you think you have to ask people, like, what... So this is new to me, someone I love facing a tragedy. What do you need from me? I know that's a hard thing to say, but isn't that what you need to do? Because everybody reacts to tragedy differently. Some people want to be alone. Go ahead, Victoria.
You can just be like, I'm here for you if you need anything.
Hugs are always good.
Like
usually hugs
free
are welcome.
hugs.
Yeah, free hugs.
Yeah.
Joshua?
Well, I think of the situation, exactly what Victoria said, just like be there for the person, ask them what they need from you, and don't like change the relationship on it. Like someone passed away, but at the same time, they're still the same person. So changing their daily routine with you is only going to affect them more. Brady.
Yeah, I actually want to add on to that. I had a friend who, her dad died while she was in a relationship with this guy, and the guy like totally like she was torn up about it, obviously, because her dad had just died. But like she had been dealing with it for a long time. He died because of like a drug thing, and so like that's a slow death that somebody has to deal with, you know. And they don't know when it's going to come, but like they know that it's on the horizon. And so, but her boyfriend was like totally like devastated, like torn to shreds, like, you know, trying to like overcompensate and thinking that she was also like this, like torn to shreds, devastated, you know? And he like went completely in the opposite direction of I don't care. He like would, you know, start giving her gifts randomly, texting her long things about how much, you know, how good of a person her dad was and things like that. So like, I mean, there's like a middle ground there, I think, when you're being supportive.
Have you heard the term read the room?
Yeah.
Basically, what that means is like take the temperature of the person. Like, don't react the way you would react. First, see how they're doing, notice how they're doing, and then say, "How can I help you?" But don't react for them. Like, don't try to inform their reaction because people are going to react the way they react. Kenneth.
Well, dealing with death is first of all a really hard thing to go through, and I mean, if she called you, it means that you mean something to her.
Yeah.
Like he obviously meant something to her, and so the fact that she called him and wants, like, you know, was really upset means that she wants him to do something.
Yeah,
or
that's
just
her
like,
rock.
Be there for him.
Yeah.
Be there for her. And so so I mean, you should just listening is like, as much as that sounds like you just need to listen, but I mean that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
True.
You can
It's
also
really true.
ask a key question, which is, "Tell me about him," because
Or
her. Not everybody
Or him.
will remember that. You know, we're sad about there's a person here. I care about who that person was to you, so talk about her or him.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, they'll start talking about the person, and it makes them smile. So the memory of this person should make you smile one day, and this person had a life, and so it has meaning, and let's hear about it.
It also might make them cry in the first
and then you just hug them.
But
Yeah.
I mean, this is gonna sound pretty crazy. I had to tell someone that they were adopted. Like the first time that I talked to their dad,
Kenneth?
they told me that I had to tell her that. And the thing is that you just have to like listen and be there for that.
Wait,
person.
when was this?
This was years
Wait,
ago.
what?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
you
matter.
told somebody that they were adopted?
It doesn't matter.
Why were you the designated person,
I
Kenneth?
don't. I have no idea. But
Do you have the qualifications for that?
I did not, but I had to anyway.
All right.
But
Brady asked some really good questions.
Those
just
were all really
wondering,
good
'cause that's a
questions.
major thing to just
but
announce.
I know it's pretty crazy.
That's going to
but
be a whole new show.
the thing is that you.
You should do that for a living.
But
You should-
Kenneth,
she obviously.
if you get a
does-
phone call from Kenneth, take a seat.
Oh my god.
But I mean, you should not let her be. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
He says, should I just leave her alone and let her be? Don't do those things because she does not want that, because she's calling you, which means that you are something to her. So be there for her, or listen to her, or give her advice on how to cope. Just whatever you do, don't make her do anything extreme. Just tell her to stay calm. That's a big helpful thing.
All right, Brady, would you please read the question from Take Me
Yes,
Far Away,
thank
where
you for
every
choosing
other
me.
letter has been capitalized?
I love it. I
in
love
the
it so
username.
much.
Take me
Take me far away. Oh, that's not even.
Wow,
it's
wow.
far, far away. All right.
Oh,
Last week,
that's farther away than I thought.
this is a Shrek fan.
It's
you can
one
tell.
far farther.
Is that a unit of measurement? Is far one
Just-
far?
Just read the question.
All right.
Read the damn question.
All right. Last week, I was out with my best friend and her boyfriend. We got drunk, and my best friend's boyfriend started to come on to me. At first, I wasn't sure, but my friend said, "It's okay. What happens in this room stays in here. Just a bit of fun." So I slept with him. She wasn't mad, but how can she not be mad? I betrayed her in the worst possible way. At New Year's, we always go out and get drunk and watch the fireworks, but what if this happens again? She told me if it happens again, she won't be mad, but I don't understand any of it. I have never had feelings for her boyfriend. Not to mention that I have a thing with another guy. Any advice would be so helpful.
So can I start out by saying, before I throw to the panel, there's a lot in this question that says I, the user, the journaler, do not have any control over my own behavior.
Yeah.
Please help me. And let's reestablish that you have absolute control over your own choices and your own behaviors. You're the person who wrote the letter, and you get to decide whether or not that would happen again, or what you learned from it having happened in the first place, Joshua.
Okay, so I'm slowly losing my train of thought, but I'm gonna try to pick it up.
Sorry.
So there's two things that came to mind for me. One is your friend says she's not upset with you, and while I don't believe that your friend's telling the truth, if she's telling you that to your face, then that's what you're gonna have to go with. Like, don't try to make the situation more than what's coming out of her mouth. If she's okay with it, then obviously maybe her boyfriend and her aren't doing as great as you think.
Well, she's the one who said, "Go ahead. What happens here stays here." So.
Well, no, it said that her friend said that it was okay that she slept with her boyfriend.
Well, but she said okay before, and she said okay after. So that's already weird to me. Sorry to use the word weird.
It is weird that
odd.
she said it's okay, but I think at the same time, if she said it's okay, then I mean, keep going. Like,
Oh, all right. So Ryan, were you going to talk, Liv?
Just for a sec.
Yeah, Liv.
No, it's okay. No, she can go. Yeah.
And these two, and then Kenneth.
So my thought here, and I mean, I may be reading this totally in a crazy way, but it almost sounds like it's trying to initiate a relationship between the three of them.
No, don't bring it in that direction. These people are like 12.
No.
No.
These people are like.
Yeah, I'm
these
12 and
people-
getting drunk on New Year's and
don't
having
know.
sex.
I'm
Brady,
just assuming
Brady, they're
Could
not
be.
12. There's
Okay.
alcohol in it. They're at 16 or 17.
Sorry, that's not what I mean. That's not
yeah,
what
but,
I mean.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
there's some sort of Kenneth and I were discussing this before the show, and there's some sort of culture of like over sexualized, kind of hedonistic something that's going on within this group of friends that's not okay. In my opinion, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
and what
No,
she's
it's not.
feeling and reacting to is the not okayness of all this, and so you get to step outside and go, not doing that, Kenneth.
Well, there's a lot of parts to this question, and the fact is, first of all, she knows it's not okay.
Yeah.
Like, she obviously has something going on in her that makes her feel like this is really strange, and the fact that she's like letting her boyfriend do all of this and stuff shows that it's like an open relationship, or it has to be something like that, because no one would be okay with that. Like,
I don't know about that.
I think it's
Kenneth.
probably an open relationship.
But aren't you almost feeling like within this group of friends, she feels like unless I behave this way, I'm not a part of everybody.
Not really, because
No,
I
I
mean,
don't
she
think
went
that.
along with it.
She went along with it, but it's like being suggested, and
Are
now
you-
she's afraid it's going to happen again. Ryan?
This is something that it applies to this and everything in general, but like what's morally appropriate, what you should and shouldn't do is not contingent on what your friends say is okay with them. And I think that's kind of what you're getting at, Wheezy, is she's saying it's okay, but you sense this like inherent like feeling of this isn't right in the whole
Yeah.
situation. So yeah, your friend's saying saying it's okay, but how would the person who you have a thing with feel about you doing something with someone else? And how does the guy feel about it if you haven't even asked him? I don't know. Obviously he's doing it when he's inebriated, so it's hard to really tell how he feels about it. But there's a lot here that's just like, because your friend says it's okay doesn't make it okay.
Victoria?
The girlfriend could think that, oh, it's okay. He was just drunk. It was not for real, or whatever.
But I'm liking what Olivia said, that someone's trying to get a sexually charged situation going, as if that's the goal, and you're going along with it because that's what your friends are doing. And when it's not really, and you have another guy that you like, so you do have ultimate, complete control over your own behavior.
Yeah. Obviously she knew exactly what was going on because she wrote it all down here. So she was not that like out of it or anything.
She wasn't that inebriated.
So
That's a big thing.
she could have said no.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, if you feel like when you get a little tipsy that you do things that you regret, don't get that tipsy.
Yeah.
Like, it's still things that you have control over.
She could also bring the guy she has a thing with next time so that she already has someone there with her.
The thing is that, this is just... The thing about alcohol is that it doesn't make you do anything. Like, if you don't want to do it, it's not going to force you to do anything. If you're drunk, it makes you... Like, I just don't think that you can just blame stuff on, like, oh, I slept with her boyfriend because I was drunk. Like, that's not an excuse. If she didn't want to, she wouldn't have done it.
It shouldn't change your core moral baseline. Like that, you wouldn't murder someone because you were drunk.
Yeah.
Brady.
First of all, first of all, I just want to say that I thought Olivia was referring to the fact that they were trying to somebody was trying to bring them all into a three-way relationship, like a polyamory relationship. Which I don't think is possible. That's like a very obscure thing that's going on right now. It's happening, but I just don't think that like teens are minded on polyamory. I do want to say that like there are women in the world and men too, of course. But like I think that it's a common thing just because of the way that like women are brought up sometimes. That some women are brought up like not to say no. You know, which is the thing that just it happens in certain circles, and I'm not saying that this is like a societal cultural thing, but there are some people who just like cannot, say no, and they go along with what seems fun and what everybody else is like really enthusiastic about, and that's how like they survive almost. Like that's their coping mechanism.
By being pleasers.
By being pleasers, and I'm saying that like any one of these people in this situation, besides probably the guy, is a pleaser in this situation because they're just going out and doing these things and saying yes to these decisions
and asking
that are obviously wrong.
How do I stop myself from doing this? Sio.
Okay, first and foremost, you shouldn't ever do anything you're uncomfortable with and you feel uncomfortable with, okay?
Well,
but also, no, like if you're trying to sleep with someone and you feel uncomfortable with it, you shouldn't do it.
Right.
But if you feel that it's just different, and like you're not feeling uncomfortable with it, I don't think it's wrong. I just think it needs to be talked about. Like all three people in this situation need to say exactly how they're feeling and exactly how everything makes them feel, just so that it doesn't get weird between the three of them.
Yeah.
And all right, I'm involved in a lot of polyamorous stuff. Right? So nothing about this is heathenistic.
Is that going on a t-shirt?
It might be.
Okay.
It might be. My
Go
next
ahead.
t-shirt.
Go ahead.
But so it's just, I mean, to me, it just sounds like she's nervous because this is like a different new thing. And it's like, it's definitely not the stereotypical, like, we only sleep with, we're monogamous and we only sleep with one person. Like, her friend was like, yeah, it's cool. And to me, it didn't sound like she felt uncomfortable. To me, it just sounded like she's like, shouldn't she be mad? Like, I just betrayed her. So
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying,
what I
like,
was trying to say.
Nothing about I don't think anything about this is wrong unless you feel bad about it.
Well, I'm gonna come out as the grown up and say if you guys are under 18, it's wrong. That's how I feel. If you guys are over 18, then CEO's over 18, then okay, I'm not gonna judge. But if you're just going along to go along and it's sex, that's dangerous.
That's bad.
People catch stuff, including pregnancy. It's extremely contagious. Montana.
Sorry. I don't want to.
I don't mind.
So I think the key thing in all of this is consent. And I don't think polyamorous relationships are impossible or I don't think they're impossible. I think culturally they haven't become appropriate in vision of people until like recently, and people don't really know how to deal with them. And again, to me, it sounds like she consented and did this. I think that she was just confused why her friend wasn't mad, because that's how we were brought up to think, like, oh, somebody slept with my boyfriend, I hate them now. And yeah, she could be angling towards a polyamorous relationship, but as long as they're all over 18 and there's consent and they have a whole conversation about how this affects everybody. And she said she has this guy that she has a thing with. She's not like dating him. She just has a thing. So
Right.
maybe as long as everybody in this is okay with what's happening, I don't think it's morally wrong.
But can we just read this one sentence where she says, "I've never had feelings for her boyfriend. Not to mention that I have a thing with another guy." So I feel like she doesn't want to do this, but she's what if
I mean, you don't have sex with someone if you don't want to. And I mean, she did it probably just because, I mean,
you don't think she's being talked into it?
no.
It just feels like she's being talked into it.
She was very thorough in this, and if she didn't want to, she would have probably put it in. She would have been like, I didn't want to. But she not once, she didn't ever say that I didn't want to. She just says that she doesn't particularly like him in that way.
Maddie,
Hold on,
please help
guys.
me.
So
She's
first
like,
and
"No, I'm not going to
foremost-
help you. I have my own opinion." Go ahead.
No, actually, the first thing that I thought about when I was hearing people talk about this question is that I'm not sure if the people in this situation know the consent laws. If you are inebriated, neither yourself nor someone else who is inebriated can give consent. So technically, that wasn't really consent either way there. So if you're feeling uncomfortable about it, that could have been part of it and could also help you kind of unravel moral.
That is more like, it's not a 50 state law. That is like, it is in other states too, but it's more like a California law for sure that I know of. But like my home state doesn't have that law.
Oh, really?
So like, I don't know what state they're from. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, either way, when you're
Yeah.
inebriated, you can't make
No,
the
I
judgments you
completely
would
agree
make when
with
you
you.
weren't.
Well, but what if both were inebriated? What do you do in that situation?
Yeah.
Like if she feels like she is actually violated.
Well, if she feels like she's violated, that's the most difficult. When everybody's inebriated, that's the difficult.
Right, but what I don't
you need to
know what the
talk
way out
to an
is.
adult if you feel violated.
But I mean, consent wasn't brought up. She
No, it
didn't,
wasn't.
She
no,
did not bring
no,
up
and
that.
I don't think that's
I
like
don't think
the
that's an issue.
here.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think she just doesn't know what to do in this situation because it's not something she's gone through before.
I would also just add that while that is the law in some states, I think that's not really going to, that's not the way to go about deciding what's appropriate
No.
within your friend group.
Yeah.
Whether it's, and there's certain things I would generally say you shouldn't do things that are illegal. But if you're going to, and maybe you're not 21 and you're drinking or whatever it may be, it's more important to do what's right and what's comfortable, not exactly what's within the law. What do you think, Brady?
I'm gonna say that it's not. I think that if it's like a polyamory thing, that's that this whole situation is inching towards. I don't think that's okay for teenagers. I think that polyamory is something that adults who are mature enough to be able to handle a situation of polyamory should be getting into. And I also think that it's kind of unhealthy for the friendship to be sleeping with your partner's boyfriends. Kenneth?
I agree with that, but it's kind of the same thing with relationships in general. We're to be honest, kids shouldn't be having relationships. They don't know what they're doing, and the thing is that by going through the relationship, they learn, I guess. And you're right about...
I've been in a polyamorous relationship before, so I have knowledge. I don't know if that's exactly what's happening, but I'm not saying that I'm saying it was bad for me.
So let me ask you guys this question: can you separate sex from emotions? Because it sounds like this is just sort of the group activity, and
you can.
I'm not going to ask a leading question. I'm just going to ask the question
with a knife. I don't know. Why?
Like
in your personal story,
with scissors. You separate.
But I mean, if you have an experience with it, were you emotionally attached to?
Oh yeah, of course. But that's the thing. When you're a kid,
don't you get jealous when other people are doing something with the person that you love?
Of course you become, and even if it's okay, you're still jealous because you don't anticipate those feelings yet.
Okay, so there's a lot of I don't think that sex.
We've stumped Sia.
Okay.
Yes.
Stump the Sia.
No, the thing is, if I have sex with someone, I can just have sex with someone and not really care about what happened. But of course, while I'm doing it, I'm yes, I do care to some degree about this person.
Right.
Do
you know their name?
Right, exactly. And I'm also attached to them in a very physical, intimate way. Mm-hmm. So of course you're going to have some kind of care for them.
And connection.
Yeah, but you don't have to in my opinion, you don't have to life or move sky and earth for everyone you sleep with.
No.
And also I feel like there's a lot of shaming already around sex. And I work in an adult novelty store, and this is like, it's not that weird to me for 3 people to be like engaged in some kind of weird like sexual dynamic. But I don't know, so like I wouldn't say that it's like wrong or bad, but I also would say that it's like very, very, it needs to be like, you need to be so cautious, because 2 people is complicated. 1 person is complicated.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I didn't even know how I felt about masturbating when I started. You know, so it's like something that's very, very involved for all 3 people.
Kenneth.
What's that?
This is not about the question, but we do have like other questions.
Okay,
We've
we
been
can
on
move. Well,
for a
this one
while.
is this one was very.
Yeah,
it was
it's
a
an
very
interesting
good,
one.
thoughtful
Yeah.
question. I don't know how to say this screen name, but it starts with an H, and they write, "I decided I wanted to become a vegetarian. How do I tell my parents? Where are my vegetarians at? What? Where are my vegetarians at?"
Just
No one.
silence.
I mean, do you really have? Can you become a vegetarian when your mother or your father are doing all the food purchasing and you're not in control of your own pocketbook, Victoria?
Well, okay, so I had a cousin, she wanted to become a vegetarian. And so she kept like bringing up things that she's looked up. I think if you do a lot of research and show that you know what you're talking about and you really, really want to commit to this, so you can like try it. Because what happened was she tried it for like, I don't know, like a month, and she didn't like it. She didn't like it at all. Like, she was so tempted to eat more like meat and stuff like that. So I think you should try it. And there's different kinds of vegetarians. You can be like, I can't remember all the,
Pescatarian with the fish.
yeah, like you can eat fish or something, or
Presbyterian. Yeah.
Presbyterian.
Yeah.
Wow, jeez.
Someone in the booth has a point to make.
Yes,
Matt.
this is
Matt.
Matt. So
Matt.
put the camera on someone pretty, since we don't have a mic.
Not
me.
not
Guys,
me.
shine it on me.
CO.
Can
So,
we get that on me?
I just wanted to speak up because my daughter is pescatarian. And
I really
How
thought she
old?
was Methodist. Go
she's
ahead.
15.
Okay.
And the only thing that I want to tell you is offer to help your parents plan and prepare the meals.
oh yeah.
Because as a parent, I don't care if she's pescatarian. I don't care if she eats cardboard. I mean, well, I do, but
Do you care if she joins?
what I do care about...
You're on air.
No.
Matt feeds his children cardboard.
I know.
4 at 10.
And this is going to make its way straight to her. But what I do care about is having to prepare two different sets of meals all the time.
Yes.
And I mean, yes, I can eat vegetarian too, but I like meat once in a while. But just help prepare the meals. That's all.
Yeah, you have to be
plan
part.
the meals.
Yeah, you have to be part of the solution because your
Yes.
parents are already kind of working really hard to make sure everyone's well nourished. And I just want to say this about vegetarianism, and I know that a lot of kids at your age are deciding this is what I like to eat, this is what I don't like to eat. But if you're a vegetarian, you do have to do your research because in order to get a complete protein, you're going to need to eat dairy. And if you cut out dairy, then there's that source of protein. So you're going to need to mix rice and beans and have them in the same meal. That makes a complete protein. But you can't just not have proteins because your body will start to break down, Ryan.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right. One of the biggest things about switching your diet from just everything to something specific is making sure you get your nutrition. I tried going vegetarian in sophomore year for like 2 weeks. Yeah, Olivia gave me the face like, what? I love cheeseburgers. I do. So then I stopped at Jack in the Box and got a double ultimate cheeseburger, which was really good. I gave in. But my girlfriend is vegetarian, and she's a pescatarian. She eats fish. And like, it's really as simple as putting in some work, but it also does complicate things for the people around you. That shouldn't deter you. But one time she got sick, and I drove 45 minutes from my house to the market near her house and got her chicken noodle soup.
Aww.
And then I brought it to her, and she wouldn't eat it. And I was like really disappointed because I got her soup, and I drove for like an hour almost. But it was chicken noodle, and it's just complicated.
Wait, this
things.
is your... Who is this?
His
My girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she refused it?
It's
No,
chicken
it's-
noodle soup. I mean, she's vegetarian. I wasn't.
Oh, yes.
See, but that was it. Didn't even cross my mind. That was the
like
problem on my
halibut
side.
noodle.
Why did she refuse it?
Right, that happened on my
Victoria.
side. So just
Now-
be careful.
My other cousin. Yeah, I have 36 of them. So.
Cousin chat.
Anyways, she became vegetarian, and you have to know that there's some things that are gonna happen. Like first, you're gonna feel really, really tired because you're gonna start to you're changing your diet completely. And first of all, I don't think you should do it really fast because then she passed out. So she had to go to the hospital and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So make sure you do all of your research, like see all kinds of dieting plans and how you can slowly get into being a
there's just
vegetarian.
stuff, and you have to be a part of it all. Like if there's going to be soy, you can fry up your own soy and make sure that you get some flavorings for it that will make it really good.
But she's still a vegetarian.
She's sticking to it.
Yeah, she stick to it.
Josh.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said. I think, but just going back to the questions, how do I tell my parents? I mean, you just tell them that you want to, and if they don't agree with you, then I guess you're just gonna have to wait, because you don't have a choice really. You live with them. So, throwing to Montana.
Secretly eating celery in the bathroom. I
know. Yeah. I was a vegetarian when I was a kid for about 2 years, and then we drove by Popeyes, and it was just all downhill.
That was the end of that.
That's what happened.
It smelled really good.
But I have a lot of friends who've tried to become vegetarians kind of as a trend thing, but they don't realize that to be a vegetarian, you actually have to eat vegetables. So they'll literally just eat those like vegetarian chicken nuggets all day, and that's it. And so what I've seen happen is people either gain like a lot of weight when they become vegetarian because your like breads and carbs and stuff increases, or you lose a lot of weight and you get really sallow and yellow. And it's and everybody's like, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I'm so like hip, and it's like not cute because you're green. But you have to be really careful.
That's what all the veggies does to you. It turns you green.
Well, no, they don't eat vegetables. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Cheesy potatoes for life.
You just have to be careful when you become a vegetarian, because this also happened to me. I got really tired and really sick, and my hair would fall out.
That does happen.
Yeah. So you just have to be careful, and also it's harder if you're blood type O, because my dad was that, and then he was a vegetarian, but then like his hair fall out and he got really angry, and for certain blood types and for certain backgrounds it's harder for you, so just do your research.
All right, we're going to move on because I think we have some other questions that are really fascinating, and I know we could talk about vegetarianism, and we will if you guys write in on YouTube and tell us that you want us to keep discussing it. We will definitely do that. Where are we?
It's the
next page.
Oh, okay. Victoria, do you want to read the question from Anonymous?
Okay, so
tonight was the first major fight I had.
So tonight was the first major fight I've had with my boyfriend. I mentioned I mentioned
wanting to get my lip pierced.
Wanting to get my lip pierced. It changes people. Wait, can someone else read this?
Yeah. Joshua.
And he said things like, it changes people. Nobody wants their kids around somebody like that, or you're beautiful and I don't want you to change. Even when I told him it upset me, he kept saying things like this. It's so unlike him. He couldn't understand why I was upset. We've been dating for almost a year and I really do love him. I don't understand why he feels like this, and he can't see my side of it either. What do I do in this situation?
So does it feel to you like, let me throw this question out to you guys. Does it feel to you like maybe he's not the kind of guy that's going to tell her what to do, until it came to like sort of a game changer, like you're going to put a giant hole in your face and so I need to say something? Like, does he have a right to say something about that big of a deal?
Yeah.
Do you guys think?
I think so. I think...
go ahead, Josh.
Okay, so I think he has a right to voice his opinion, but she doesn't have to listen to it.
Obviously
if she's not okay with what he's saying, then maybe you two aren't the best fit that you think you are. And I think that at the end of the day, if you can't get over your differences or agree to disagree, then you just need to go separate ways.
Maddie?
I was just going to say that he can have his opinion, of course, and he can say oh, I wouldn't want that on myself. But if this is someone that you love, you wouldn't want to be like, oh God, that's nasty. You know what I mean? You would want to be a little bit polite about something that somebody really likes. So, it's like you can say, I wouldn't do that to myself, but if that's what you like, then I guess we just don't like the same thing in this particular subject, which is okay.
Yeah, he's not your dad. I mean, if you're a person who wants to get lip piercings, I think that you're a person with some degree of independence, and I want to make myself look how I want to look. And I think that if you continue things with this guy, he's just going to be coming down on you anytime you want to do something that's mildly radical.
I don't
I think so. I think that if he's like a lip piercing, really?
No, but that's
Like,
kind of
it doesn't. What is
it changes.
What's his
Okay, are you
dog in the
telling me-
race?
No, but like if you look at someone, it's not like just like an unnoticeable thing. You notice when someone has
It's
a
big.
piercing.
It's
Yeah.
like not a.
Well-
it's not a shirt.
And
It's,
it's-
not like buying a new top.
Is
that
he
doesn't
worried
like.
about
It's-
ripping his tongue off while they're like
I
macking
think
and
it's.
stuff? I don't
think
know.
Yeah,
It's,
you know
I
what?
think it's big.
Yeah.
I think it's bigger than. I think she's let's change. Let's take a look at the story. She's upset that her boyfriend is saying something about this
Yes.
when usually, and she doesn't think he has a right to. And more of the question had her saying, "Don't just tell me I should break up with him." And it's like, we're not going to tell you should break up with him because I think he gets to say something when it's something big like piercing your face.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's being a jerk, but he
Well-
might be also
well-
worried that you're becoming a person who ideologically is very different from him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like, it's kind of a game changer, and I think it's worthy of a conversation. Liv.
So while I totally understand like where he is coming from, being like, you know, the dealio is that we got into this a year ago and you were this person and now you want a lip piercing, and it just kind of freaks him out.
And that's what
Yeah.
he's
You're
thinking.
like, but he's like a dad. That's like something your dad would say.
Exactly. And so the deal is like when it was my boyfriend, I was like, hey, hun, would it be cool if I got a tattoo? And he was like, ew, no. And I was like, too late. And I showed it to him. So, I mean, it was just me trying to get his opinion. And I think that all she wanted was his opinion and was looking for his approval and was shocked when she didn't get it.
I see. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So-
I mean,
Josh?
I agree with exactly with what she said. I think that he has, like I said before, he has the right to his opinion. However, I do think he is voicing it in a little way that's not okay, like putting voices in people's like words in other people's mouths. That's what I want to try to say.
Or it's like putting judgment
he's saying,
around
well, yeah,
a
he's saying
piercing.
it changes people. Nobody
Right.
wants their kids around somebody like that. Those are other people's opinion. He can only speak for himself. The last
Right.
statement, which is "You're beautiful and I don't want you to change," that's a little bit more
Yes.
okay. Like he needs to say his opinion and speak directly to her, and not like broaden it and say everybody hates piercings. Everybody likes this. No, everybody doesn't hate piercings. Some people love piercings. Some people have piercings like all up and down their face. Like it's okay to have piercings, and if your boyfriend's not okay with it, then I don't know.
Kenneth?
I feel like it's something that like just like the thought of it at first just kind of hits you and you're like, what is this? Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And I think that's what happened. And I know it must have been really frustrating for her because it's like, why can I not do this? It's my
Yeah.
face. And so that must have been like really confusing. But it's just like, it's honestly just something that up front you kind of get a little shocked. But you got to understand it's something that like from the outside looking in, it's something kind of hard to understand fully because he obviously doesn't want piercings. And you have to be a specific type of person,
Yeah.
like Brady said, to want a piercing.
Right.
And so just be ginger with him because he's not trying to be mean. He just doesn't know what's going on. And
Yeah.
he's a guy, and just guys are not good at speaking their mind at
Yeah.
all.
I like that, Kenneth. Be ginger.
He's like, he's like thinking, oh my gosh, who are you? And people
Yeah.
do grow and change, and that's why we date and we don't get
Yep.
married at 12.
I'm-
Victoria.
I don't understand why he's saying nobody wants their kids around somebody like that unless he's planning on
'Cause it's
having
true.
children or
You kind
something.
of judge
I mean-
people. You
and
judge
he doesn't
people with
want his
piercings.
kids around.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think he's speaking for himself in that in that situation. Not
But, like,
everybody.
I
feels
wouldn't
that
want
way.
my kids
I mean,
around a piercing.
first,
Well, okay, Brady.
Just
I
saying.
mean, in general, like, I think in a way he's trying to voice that he's not attracted to somebody who has piercings,
Oh,
and she's
no.
about to
Yeah.
get
I
a
don't-
piercing.
I don't
Like,
All right, so
That
let's
is
go.
what's
let's-
happening. Yes,
So
that's
let's do
what's
this.
happening.
Let's do this. Let's go around the room. You're dating someone. You're completely in
Uh-huh.
love with that person, and he or she is going to go get pierced, like
Uh-huh.
on the lip, not
Yeah.
ears or like a belly button, like something major, like clunk.
Okay, here's what I do. So I sneak into the piercing shop early in the morning. I wait for the guy to get there. I knock him out. I steal his clothes, and now I'm the piercer. Right? She comes in for the piercing, and I'm now in
Now
charge.
you're single
of,
too.
No. She doesn't know this yet, and she will never know because I'm going to be. It's going to be like a Mrs. Doubtfire situation where I'm like constantly, like the blinds or whatever are right in front of me, and I'm like, oh, don't come in. I'm piercing you right now. That's anyway.
How
So
is
that's
she
what I'm
not-
gonna do. I'm gonna knock somebody out.
I gotta agree with
how
Brady
would
on that
she
one.
not come in if she's being the person? She can't like remove her face and give it to you.
She's just
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
she takes
being
her
serious,
face.
Victoria. He's actually
just-
gonna do all
your
of that.
opinion, Victoria.
We gotta talk.
Victoria, someone you're in love with is getting a piercing. Not the ears, but the lip.
Well, okay. First, I would go with the person to the piercing shop and make sure it's not like a gauge or something.
No.
Ouch.
Okay.
Like
No.
I had gauges.
no, like gauge in your mouth. People do that. People do that. Okay.
Okay.
Like make sure it's not a gauge. Like if it's as long as it's like this big,
No.
then
If it what if it is a gauge?
Like,
then,
yeah, where do you
then
draw
no.
the line? Like, what
like,
are you allowed to
drool's
say
gonna
to
come
your-
out of your mouth. Like
Well-
it's like, hi, this is my boyfriend, and he's like, he has drool dripping down his face.
Someone you love is about to pierce their lip.
You don't.
Okay,
love
so
that
I've
person.
actually had this happen.
Okay.
To me,
Okay.
and I mean, at first, I was like, I don't really like piercings. No offense to anybody who has piercings, but you kind of get over it if you actually care about that person.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, I probably would be a deal breaker if it had something like Victoria was saying, but I would just get past it. I mean, at first I'd be like, oh, okay, but it'd be okay.
All right, Kenneth.
I mean, if you love the person, and it's like it doesn't change the person. It's still the same person. So I mean, even if it was a drooler, I mean, I would still.
Yeah. What's your problem with droolers, Victoria?
No,
But
Droolers
I would.
are awesome.
I would be okay with it.
All right, I kind of love this question. It says, do you believe in zodiac sign compatibility? I'm a Pisces, and this guy I'm talking to is a Gemini, and our horoscope compatibility isn't the greatest. But I really like him, and I really want this to work. What should I do? And you guys have any kind of like
Ryan
anecdotal
does.
stories about dating someone who is or isn't supposed to be compatible with you? Based on, Ryan.
I was gonna say no. It's to the do you believe in it?
Oh.
No.
Oh.
But my girlfriend is like obsessed with them. She doesn't really believe it, but she has fun with them. But it says we're a good match, and I think we are too. So yay.
Yeah,
All right,
I
Maddie.
mean,
So then they're real.
it's just something to
Matt, Ryan. Kenneth, go ahead.
Oh,
Maddie's
I was
ready.
just gonna say something. My uncle did this thing where he gave me one of those cards, and he said, "Just read the thing and tell me if you think it's for you or not." And I read it, and of course I was like, yeah, and then it wasn't. And the thing about these things is that you could give it to someone, and it could mostly
apply.
be for anybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, so the thing about that is that if you care about the person and you want to make it work, and they want to too, it's gonna be fine.
Maddie?
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I'm destroying things already. Okay. So my boyfriend broke up with his now ex-girlfriend pretty recently before we got together, and right after that happened, they both actually became obsessed with the whole like
Horoscope
thing, and they're like, that's why it didn't work, it's the horoscopes. I'm like, okay. So when we got together, he was like trying to figure out the horoscopes, and then he was like, oh no, it's not good, it's really not good. And I'm like, okay, and then he forgot about it. Like, it didn't last very long, so I wouldn't worry about it because he'll get over it.
But like, do you think you're gonna be married to him?
Definitely not.
Okay, so if you're
100%.
definitely not marrying him, then they're wrong. Then the horoscopes were right again.
That's not a
done
question,
any
though.
scientific studying of people who have been married for 60 years to see what percentage of
Hey,
them.
I believe in it. Okay, I believe in it 100%. I think that it's absolutely fact. These were decided by elders long ago. These are things, yes. Pisces, Gemini, all of it. I'm a Libra. I think that Libras are supreme. We keep balance in the world. That's my opinion. What's yours?
What's yours, Montana?
Okay, so I'm a Sagittarius, and apparently the whole thing is like you're supposed to like be with Aries, and every single Aries I've ever met, I've hated.
You haven't found the right one.
Oh, you're an Aries? Oh no, I love you. We have to get married. Me and
See?
Billy are
Victoria,
getting married.
There's
Victoria.
good ones.
No,
Victoria.
but okay, not like every single Aries, but like
You're
99%
just saying,
of
yeah.
them.
Victoria.
I don't get along with them. And then like I've dated people who are like way outside the thing, and I asked my friend who's like a horoscope lady, I was like, "Oh, is this good? Or were horoscopes good?" And she's like, don't worry, they don't really mean that much. They're fine. It'll be fine.
Victoria.
Oh, she's lying.
So it's fine. It'll be fine.
She's
Just
protecting
don't
the
think
elders.
about things.
I personally don't believe in it, but I don't ask random dudes that I like
What's your sign, man?
what's your sign. It's like, yes, are we okay?
Okay, we're going to move on to the next question because we're going to get into something really good.
I like her username.
I'm going to
think.
do...
Oh, okay.
Oh, Crazy Girl. Anonymous writes, we had this party at school last Friday. I saw this guy I used to like, but he didn't like me, and I think he saw me looking at Oh, I love this question because it's like, all right, I'm going to read this question and like, tell me what you think she's trying to get us to say.
Okay.
Okay. We had this party at school last Friday. I saw this guy I used to like, but he didn't like me. I think he saw me looking at other guys, and by the end, he walked off looking really sad. I texted my friend who was on the bus, and she said, I saw him, and he looked really sad. I told my friend, look at him when he gets off the bus, and she texted me and said, yeah, he does. He looks sad. I've seen him so sad because he is always happy and smiling, and I can't believe he looks this sad. Before he looked fine, and I think after he saw me, he was sad. Why would I have made him sad?
Okay, so
Lay off the roast.
Okay, Josh,
I can
what is
see
she
the roast
trying to
boiling.
get us to say?
Okay, so I mean, bottom of the line, like you don't know how anyone else is feeling unless you're that person or like they tell you to your face. So I mean, most of the time I look like I'm a bitch because I have resting bitch face. So I mean, like
resting bitch face.
I know.
You guys
I'm
should
just
get married.
saying. Okay,
What's your sign? Okay.
Oh, I'm a Pisces. We're like actually like
So
really
water
like
people, yes,
but,
go.
Anyway, so my point is like he might look sad, but he's probably like maybe not sad. Like it might have nothing to do with you. It
Yeah.
could be because he didn't get apple pie at lunch. Like
Victoria,
who knows?
what's she trying to get us to say?
Okay. Oh,
You speak, girl. Come on.
okay. First of all, I know I do this a lot. I know a lot of people who do this. They make up reasons why this person's thinking about that person. Like I could say, "Oh, that person so wants me," but like he's so sad right now.
And it's because I was looking at other boys,
It's
right?
because
Right?
I was looking up to the sky, and no, he probably don't even know what happened. His friend could have been like mean to him, or something could have happened. It could be not you.
Not everything's about you.
Yes,
And if
we
you
like-
want to know
we-
if it is,
We like to
ask
make the
him.
world evolve around us, ourselves.
But because
everybody's always thinking of us on their mind.
That's what teenagers are supposed to do. So they're just doing their job. But
Yeah,
we're
well-
here to teach you to say what you need and ask for the information that you would love to have. Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have this problem, actually. I was like, in high school, I was like just bored all the time, pretty much. And people would like look at my bored face and be like, "Are you okay?"
He must be in
all
love
the time.
with me.
That's not. No, well, maybe. I don't know. That would have made me jump up a little bit, Kenneth.
There's a crazy thing. You could talk to him. I mean,
Yeah!
Hey!
Like,
Kenneth
hey,
is a
what's
genius.
wrong?
Wait, but
Yes.
didn't she?
No,
Oh,
go
no,
out.
She didn't.
Go out with him.
Wow.
Go get some Starbucks, I guess, and be
She's
like,
this is like obviously like an 11 or 12-year-old going, I'm going to go to every single person
It's a
who
party.
knows something about this other than him.
Yes.
Because
The
that would
only
be
person who
terrifying.
knows about it.
Victoria.
Okay. So like how sometimes like your parents or someone you're very close to, something's going on and you think it's yourself. That's probably what's going on.
This must be about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is just a small little thing. Do not feel like because we're all being like, oh, like the world doesn't revolve around you, but we have all done this once in our lives,
Yeah.
where we've been
Done
like,
what?
where we've been like, is it us? Like, are they thinking
That's
about us?
you, Kenneth.
And the thing is,
You
you
just
just
said you used to look bored.
That's you, Mr. Pretty.
and the thing is, he may be sad because you were talking to other boys. Like that could
Yes.
be
Maybe.
Yes, it's a possibility.
reasonable
You never
possibility.
know because you can't read people's minds.
Maybe she's
But
just trying
still-
to sharpen her detective skills.
I definitely vote for the talk to him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yes.
Like, even if he wasn't thinking about you, he will be when you talk to him. So,
In every situation.
Oh.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Wow.
right? Thank you.
That's
thank you.
God,
Very true.
Wow.
Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts? All right. What's everyone doing for New Year's? Because it's coming up on New Year's, and we have 3 more minutes, and I don't want to start a new question in case we. Oh, but we could ask about. Oh no.
No, New Year's.
Huh? Oh, you want to? Okay, go ahead.
I just had one on my mind.
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're not going to have time for a lot, but this is just one that was on my mind from crazy 1257 girl. My built-in best friend, a.k.a. my twin, has autism. She has a lot of great friends, but there's this one girl at school who has been bullying my sister so bad that she's been coming home crying. I can't do anything to stop it, and the teachers won't stop it either. What should I do? So, my best friend growing up, not my twin, but just my best friend, he didn't have autism, but he had a few different conditions, and people would make fun of him for what he had. And I learned over time, because you can't stop it, it's not about fighting off all the bad around him. It's just being it's just being a good person to them and being a friend that they can come to, and not trying to stop everyone else from doing the bad things that they're going to do. So just be a friend. That's all you can do.
Victoria.
You have
Very
to.
good, Ryan.
I have a lot of friends that have like autism and so on. But, you know, the best thing is, like he said, be the best person you can be to them and encourage them in the things that they like. Like, I had some friends who were in the Special Olympics, and we encouraged them. We went and performed for them at the Special Olympics, and, like, encourage them, be nice to them, because in the end, you're her built-in best friend. So you're the one who's going to be always there. The bullies are just going to go away sometime. They're not going to always stay there.
No,
so
they won't. They're not permanent. Go ahead, Kenneth.
This is something that I like learn, and it's something that's sadly true. Like, I think is true. It's that bullies do not think that they're bullying. Like, if you ever go up to someone that bullied you one day, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't remember," or they'll like it's just something that it's really sad. But the people that we remember most for hurting us are the things that they remember the least. And so that's what we got to learn. Where if someone's like bullying you and it's awful, and you're coming home crying, you got to try to think that this person is doing this, but you got to like get them out of your life and learn that they are not adding anything to you that they're not important.
They're not taking it away. Anything away, they're not adding.
They don't have that power.
I was just going to say one more thing. I think that if you're in a situation like this, you need to find out first who the girl is specifically, if it's one girl who's doing this. And like, I really think that because you have such a strong bond with your sister, and you obviously have such a loving family, you know, like invite this girl to see what your life is like, because she'll stop bullying you if she realizes that this is a happy family, that she's destroying a happy family. I think that is a possibility. Yeah, I think that if you actually, Ryan's shaking his head.
People aren't like that.
No, that's not what people. No, because
like
if you get involved, I think that if you get involved with this girl who is a young girl, I think that you can.
Bullies don't care.
I think they'll just try harder.
No,
that's not
it's not bullies. Like he said, they might forget, but they also just don't think of what they're doing as bullying.
No,
it's just
but
it's
their entertainment.
But they're also.
But it's not even that. I don't think it's just a thing.
They're just sad. They just think that I have to mess with someone else. They don't. It's like
it's
unconscious. It's like
they're
their
also
unconscious
protect
mind thinking,
themselves.
"Oh,
But they're able to be saved though. Like
no, they're not.
Can,
that's
yes,
the thing.
Can.
If they're bullying someone, it's because they don't care.
No, that's not true.
They can learn to care, but
yes, they can.
The question
but
is
not that way.
The question will
what
be
are you
addressed
talking about?
on a later episode because our time is up for today.
Okay.
And let's carry this on to the next episode, and let's be kind to one another.
Of course, yes. I'm not.
Have
I'm
a
saying
wonderful 2016. Happy New Year, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.